Any question at all that you have with regards to Bitcoin, today's purpose is for that. And once again, you're welcome to our weekly webinar. This is the eBitcoinics.com community, and we've promised ourselves to help make Bitcoin or even have Bitcoin reaching every household in Africa. And that is our purpose, why we've been doing this over and over again. So once again, everybody, you're welcome. We have people love questions and answers. So as soon as you announce it's a question and answer, you see a lot of people coming on the call because everybody has Bitcoin questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I need to take a note.
Sure, let's get the ball rolling. Who got his first question or her first question? And what is the question going to be? And who is going to answer the first question? Let's see.
First of all, I don't know if you, I know you're involved with Bitcoin, but are you in Bitcoin?
I couldn't get that. Can you come again, please?
Are you in BitClub network?
Yes, I'm in BitClub network, and that is the only mining operation we at eBitcoinics, recommend to people, and we realize this is a very real opportunity and actually meant for everyone. So it's actually the only mining operation we recommend to everyone that is a part of our community.
Okay. So how did you get started? When did you get started?
Personally, I got started over a year ago with my upline from Kenya. I think you know Pauline.
Oh yeah, Pauline,
Yes,
I know her very
my
well.
mom. Actually, she's my mom.
Wow.
Myself, and she'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be manning with the club. So, but on webinar we don't really do more big club because we do Bitcoin.
Sorry?
on a webinar we don't do big club, and we have days for big club, but here we do more of the Bitcoin related stuff, mastering Bitcoin.
Okay.
Yes.
So for me, since there's so much noise in the background.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll be in control. I'll be unmuting all those that don't need to talk. So you just continue talking.
Now, anyway, I was just saying, I think I will just listen today because it's my first time.
Okay.
So.
No problem. This is what Madame Ruth is actually saying. She's going to do a serious listening today. So all of you out there that have serious questions, you got to ask those serious questions for those that are going to do the listening and also get to learn from you, As I said, Bitcoin today is all about Bitcoin questions, not just Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, anything at all, any doubt that you have, anything that you need to know regards to Bitcoin, anything at all, just ask us and we are here. When you have question, this is the formula. You simply raise your hand, I'll unmute you, and then you do the talking so that we maintain sanity of sound on the webinar, because after here we have it uploaded on our channels on our website. So we have a lot of people that are also going to have a look at it. And Bitcoin transactions, basically we've done a whole lot of studies in regards to Bitcoin and all that. We started from the basics. What is Bitcoin? What happens in Bitcoin mining, cost effective and all that, the factors. We've done a whole lot of a series of education. And today's session actually is just question and answer. But then if anybody tries to convince me that there's actually no question, then we do a lecture. So please, if you have a question, just raise your hand. I'll unmute your audio. You go on with your question, and let's get it rolling. First question. No, second question, because first question already came from our mom, Ruth, and looking forward to the second one. Who's got the second question for me? Okay, Kabori, you're on.
Okay, with regards to how the price of Bitcoin have been this past month, and then now we have been seeing that it has been rising. So how do you see Bitcoin price in this, let's say, 6 months?
Well, that's a very wonderful question. Actually, with regard Bitcoin pricing, and everything at all that takes to the how do you call it, the consummation of the price itself are a whole lot of factors oriented. We also early 2017 what happened with Bitcoin price. Actually, we also speculated as at when Trump should be inaugurated, Bitcoin should be selling for more than $2,000 per coin, and it was doing very well as at early 2017. But then we saw crazily what happens during the line with the cases arising from China and all that. So that is also informing us that you can't really give a real speculation when you really want to do Bitcoin pricing, because right now we've seen that it's not only about the demand and it's not only about the awareness. It's also a lot of factors oriented, like all these trading exchanges and all these other platforms in line with or has anything to do with Bitcoin are also playing they are all key factors to what the Bitcoin price actually is going to stand. And as of now that we know, Bitcoin has been able to bounce back to the 1,000 level, and that doesn't mean it's going to be stable there. Actually, anything at all can happen, because as of now we still have a whole lot of people that have fears with their holdings. As soon as there is any negative news, you see a lot of people going out to dump their coins. And when there is serious dumping, it affects the Bitcoin. And when it affects Bitcoin, it means the price should definitely go crazy out. But then, should everything work perfectly fine, as you asked in your question, 6 months from now? Now we've seen a little bit of stability. It is dancing around 1,000. It danced around 900, 950 for quite a while now. And then now it's bouncing around 1,000, dancing, getting close to. It is not going to be more than 1,200 anytime soon. But we're expecting it to be very stable. And being stable means that it's going to have a whole lot of network utilizing the Bitcoin itself. And when that happens, just as I stated earlier, let's comparatively to what Bitcoin was in 2016, this time around. Early 2016, I think the price of Bitcoin was ranging around 350 US dollars, and it came down to 200 and something, and it came back around 350, 300, something like that. And let's compare as at what happened in 2016 to what is happening in 2017 right now. You'll know that it is just beginning. So if what happened in the end of 2016 is about to happen in 2017, I personally would say that we will see a 3 times rise in the price of Bitcoin currently as we see. Because as at 2016, it was around 300, 350, and end of 2016, December, it was around 950 US dollars, 2,000. So that was a 3 times rise in price and all that. So if the same thing is about to happen this year, probably we should see a $3,000, but it's not possible, and it's not easy. And it is possible, it is easy. It depends on you, me, everybody involved in the network. So actually, it's far beyond what we can really say, but it is positive. It can happen that Bitcoin could be more than $2,000 this year, more than $5,000 this year, or between 2,000 to 5,000. Yes, and it is also possible for us to see a serious crash. Yes, it's very possible for us to see a serious crash. So let's just keep on reading the markets. Now we are in. It all depends on what the month of February will do. If Bitcoin is able to survive itself around 1,000 in February, then I can say that there is nothing going to stop it from going to 2,000. And if it hits 2,000, there is nothing stopping it to hitting 3,000, at least. So we will see a very great thing. A whole lot of people are speculating that from now to 2018, 2019, 2020, we should see Bitcoin selling for more than 10,000 US dollars per coin. And that is possible. It is very easy for that to happen. And even more easier for it to go beyond 20,000 US dollars per coin. So the question is, how many or how much Bitcoin do you intend to keep or store for yourself to see that happening? Exactly. So it'll happen. Let's just be positive, and it keeps on going. And not just Bitcoin. 2017 is going to be a very crazy ride for all alternative currencies. We will see a very crazy growth with regards to almost 1 to 50 other cryptocurrencies trying to be like Bitcoin. And if you are good, and if you really want something, you go there, you go deep there to do some serious studies, because something good will happen. Not just Bitcoin. Bitcoin will be very stable. Ethereum will bounce back to normal. Monero is also doing very good lately. Dash, we've already seen 100% growth in Dash early this year, as at the end of 2016 to this year. And Factom is also going to do a very, 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 very good thing this year. Factom is really going to do good. It's a very good coin. So all of you, you just need to have a look at these other currencies as well. And not just that, there are a lot. So you do your own studies. We mention it, but it's never enough. So you also do your own 1 or 2 studies, and then we see about that. So let's see the next question. Yeah, again, I'll ask him.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Well, I've understood whatever you said, but someone will ask, okay, now I have bought Bitcoin and I'm keeping it safely. You understand? But then, apart from selling Bitcoin, what would I do with that Bitcoin?
Actually, it depends on 2 things. You see, the person holding the Bitcoin probably has his own purpose for buying the Bitcoin. Some people currently are buying Bitcoin to keep it for long term. Some people are also buying it to keep it for short term. So in this scenario, let's say if the person bought it purposely to keep it for long term, no matter what happens, he still keep on to his coin and nothing changes that. If the person is keeping it for short term, probably I bought it around 1,000. Now Bitcoin is selling for 1,100 or 1,500 or even 2,000. I know I'll make profit, so I quickly sell off and I'm done with the Bitcoin business. You understand? So it actually depends on what the person wants, his intentions, and actually how long he wants to. But then if the person also wants, there are quite a number of ways to multiply your Bitcoins. And this number of ways, if you're not careful, you lose your Bitcoins. So talking about these online businesses and all that. And the most lucrative way actually to double or to try to hold your Bitcoin a lifetime is when you are mining Bitcoin. That is one of the most lucrative ways actually for you to hold Bitcoins. Because when you are mining Bitcoin, you have nothing to do with Bitcoin price. When you are mining Bitcoin, you have nothing to do with Bitcoin is going down or Bitcoin is going up. When the price of Bitcoin is going up, you are happy because the little Bitcoin you make becomes more money for you. If the price of Bitcoin is going down, you are happy because you are going to be earning more Bitcoins in payouts. So actually, that is one of the most lucrative ways to hold. If you want to hold Bitcoins for a very longer time, holding one Bitcoin for 10 good years still remains one Bitcoin. The only difference is the market value. But chances are that when you are using your one Bitcoin to go into mining, you could double it or even 3 times the value what you have. That is what makes it more lucrative when you mining your own Bitcoin and stuff like that. So actually it depends on what the person wants and what the person intends to do with his Bitcoin and how far he wants to hold his Bitcoins and stuff like that.
Well, what about if someone has the Bitcoin and he doesn't want to exchange the Bitcoin into fiat currency, you understand? But rather, maybe there are any merchant or shopping online so that he can use it to buy house online, you understand me? So are there some of such merchants whom are selling their goods for Bitcoin and whole lot of stuff?
Oh yes. That's a very good one. You know, today we have a lot of merchants around the globe that accept Bitcoin for shopping. See, you can use Bitcoin to buy your phones, even on Amazon. Any item that actually that you want to buy on Amazon, you can use Bitcoin now currently. We saw that happening in early January. Just this year, they started accepting Bitcoin. And not just that, you search on Google, there are a whole lot of genuine platforms you can use your Bitcoin. You can actually use your Bitcoins to top up credits, airtime for your phone, buy bundles, internet, wherever you are, anywhere in the world. Yes, you can use your Bitcoins to, even in Ghana here, let's just come close to Ghana, okay? Let's not go far. In Ghana, eBitcoinics, we accept Bitcoin for a whole lot of things that we do, including web services, hosting, bulk SMS and all that, and designs, other designs. go to Accra Mall. Actually, you can use your Bitcoin to buy almost good stuff there. We have merchants over there that are accepting Bitcoin. Go to South Africa, go to Kenya. We have airlines over the world that accept Bitcoin. So actually, the person needs to start doing some research and also asking questions to those that know. You need to ask where you need to, where you want to spend it, and you'll be showed where to actually go spend your Bitcoins.
Well, that's good.
Yes, please.
Last question.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to know because I've seen a lot of people are talking about Bitcoin, and a lot of people are also getting into the Bitcoin business. So, is it likely for Bitcoin to come and overtake the fiat currency, whereby there will reach a time there wouldn't be any fiat currency, but then Bitcoin will be in use worldwide? World.
Well, that is impossible. And that is also very possible because you can never underestimate technology. But it is impossible because Bitcoin, regardless of however it is, must work hand in hand with the fiat currencies because there will still be a whole lot of people that won't be happy using Bitcoin alone, and it will make it more tough for the technology itself. And it is very possible, just as today we know we cannot do without the internet, we cannot do anything without the internet and all that. And Bitcoin is a technology that has the potential to be actually bigger than what the internet is. So in some ways, it's also very possible. Actually, the growth of Bitcoin depends largely on the network, the people around Bitcoin itself. So the more people utilize and using Bitcoin daily and not, the more stable Bitcoin is, and that means the further Bitcoin can go. Bitcoin is going to be bigger than the internet because it doesn't have to depend on the internet every time. Now, without the internet, you can still send and receive Bitcoins. We've seen technologies, SMS technologies, where you can use actually your wallet to send, even without the internet. You can use radio waves to send and also receive Bitcoin. So it has a potential actually. When they say it's bigger than the internet, yes, that is exactly what's going to happen. And the reason why it must work hand in hand with the fiat is, the banks, the governments, they at the early times did all that they could to stop Bitcoin, and it wasn't successful because of the decentralized nature of Bitcoin. And now a whole lot of people are trying to adjust to the blockchain technology stuff. So you see a whole lot of banks, even recently last week, we saw Dubai, the central bank of Dubai trying to study Bitcoin, blockchain technology and stuff like that. So probably it has a whole lot of things to do with either the government trying to adjust and make use of the blockchain as we are seeing happening now, or they do nothing about it and it overtakes them. And now we see Bitcoin to be in a stage where nothing, nobody, and nothing at all can ever stop Bitcoin. So if they don't adjust, they will be forced to be kicked out of the system, and that is where we will see no fiat. Actually, we hope for a day when Bitcoin is selling from, let's say, $1 million, and actually you can use just one Bitcoin to buy a house, your dream house, your dream car, and stuff like that. You asked earlier about spending Bitcoin. See, today we have Ferrari as a company accepting Bitcoin.
Really?
Yes. Yes, you can use your Bitcoins to buy Ferrari and all that. So it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. It's not just country specific or nation specific. This is about the world and decentralized, and nothing at all can stop it. So it keeps on going. It's just rising up the level. That is what is happening. More questions? Okay, let me. Mom, yes, I'm here.
Okay. The other day, there was a discussion going on in Dubai because I live in Dubai,
Okay.
and someone could not understand how the person behind Bitcoin, the person who invented Bitcoin, he was asking, what if he goes and creates other Bitcoins than what has been released already? So he was scared of investing in Bitcoin and ending up losing value, and he could not really understand. So what would you say with regards to that?
First of all, it's a funny question, and it's also a question that we've come across it several times. You know, we have a lot of rookie individuals that when they see a technology, they think actually the technology is actually owned by somebody. Now, the first
Yeah.
thing is I need you to ask this same person this question, okay? Remember, just quote it down. If you write this question down and ask the person in the future, ask him who is behind the internet. Is there any possibility anybody can actually take off the internet
No.
and change what the internet really is?
Mm-mm.
Yes, this is technology. And actually Bitcoin, the good thing about Bitcoin and the blockchain is decentralized nature. See, when we say decentralization, I know you understand, but let me
Mm-hmm.
just come in a bit. Decentralization is when, for example, I am married, I have a wife, okay, and we gave birth to a kid, and this baby of ours also grow to become his or her own parent and also start making family. So I don't actually own it, but it's only a lineage actually that saying that this is a genealogy we're building. You are a networker, so you understand this. But then actually the
Mm-hmm.
system
Mm-hmm.
is decentralized. She does her own thinking, I do my own thinking, and I can't know what is happening in individual A's mind at a particular time A, unless the person trying to involve me. Now that is what Bitcoin really is. See, the person who
Okay.
invented Bitcoin, as we speak, we don't know if it is an individual or it is a group. They said it is Satoshi Nakamoto, whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
they are anonymous. This is a technology, when you trying to sit down and study the Bitcoin algorithm, you never stop. Like you cannot come to a point because it is something. See, the only thing that relating, recently you've seen a whole lot of transactions being loaded on the blockchain, pending confirmations, and series of
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. Now,
Mm-hmm.
initially they try to increase the Bitcoin MB, the algorithm, just trying to increase the space, create more vacuum for the Bitcoin to be able to volumize every transaction that it holds actually. And that led to a division in the Bitcoin itself as a currency, and we had something we call RBTC. And even this one, people are not really aware of, but it is only as a result of trying to open up a volume in the technology itself. But actually, those that invented the Bitcoin, the blockchain technology, as we speak, there's nothing they can do with regards to the blockchain, and they can't stop it. If they don't have Bitcoins currently, they have to buy it. There's no way they can take your Bitcoin, they can take my Bitcoin, and it's impossible. In caps, it is just impossible. So that is why decentralized is huge. Now,
Yeah.
that is the main reason why no government was able to stop Bitcoin. The US government tried all that it could to stop Bitcoin, the China government and all that. But you can say we banned Bitcoin, but you can't say nobody can ever use his or her Bitcoin again, because if you ban Bitcoin in China or the US, somebody is in Australia, he can use Bitcoin. So if I am in the US, I simply send my Bitcoins to somebody in the Australia for them to use to buy something for me and all that. That is what we mean about decentralization, and they
Mm-hmm.
can't stop it. Tell your friend that Bitcoin now, as we see, is not a baby technology. Bitcoin is over 80 years old.
Mm.
Yes, and Bitcoin is in the stage that the internet was in 1994 or 1995. In 1994, 95, early 90s, when you ask somebody, what is the internet? They will just say, I think the internet is something that people are trying to say communication, blah, blah, blah. He actually didn't
Yeah.
understood what Bitcoin, the internet actually was. But today, ask somebody, what is the internet? The definition the person is going to give you with what the internet is only because the person has been able to feel what the internet is feeling what the internet is, and will continue to feel what the internet is. So the person will be able to explain to you very well. And that is the stage Bitcoin is at right now.
Okay.
He should continue being scared of losing his funds. Fine, we are still doing Bitcoin. 10 years to come, and it will be like, how I wish I had my Bitcoins in 20, whatever. As at when you
Exactly.
inform the person. So there is nothing like Bitcoins going away. Nobody can take our Bitcoins, and nobody can, that we have instances in 2014, CEO of BitInstant. He was early adopters of Bitcoin, and he became a millionaire and all that. I don't know if you've ever read about this guy. And the success he made in Bitcoin actually went deep into his head, and he started doing illegal transactions with drug dealers and all that. So he got arrested. Yes, he got arrested, and his company was actually shut down. Just in 2016, around October, November, I think he was released. And he made a statement in the press. They can't stop Bitcoin. See, he was arrested, fine, but his Bitcoins never got arrested. You can't take off the Bitcoins on the blockchain network unless a person gives you his private keys or his key wallet. And this is something which you never share, very well. Yes. So they were able to arrest him because he did bad. Yes, he confessed. Success went deep into his head. But actually his funds are still with him. You can't take that.
Wow.
Yes. You see, people are not trying to understand what cryptocurrencies are. Look at the word crypto from the word encryption. That is security. When you encrypt a message, is it possible for somebody to read that encrypted message? It's not possible.
Yeah, it's a 2-long digit.
Exactly. So crypto, currency, a crypto attached to currency, from encryption. So cryptocurrencies, the sort of money that is very secure. That's it. So nobody can take it away from you. Yeah, Ben, I think you raised your hand. Yes, let me open up for Ben. He's trying to ask a question. Let me unmute Ben. Hello, Ben.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you. I just wanted you to come on the BitCloud.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to know more and how legit the BitCloud is. The BitCloud network. I just wanted,
Yeah, this is going to be a quick one. Probably after the webinar, you can still get in touch and we do serious conversation.
Yeah, this is Benjamin. Yeah, Benjamin.
Yeah, Benjamin, actually, BitCloud is a very serious business opportunity. And it has been in existence for over 2 years, mining Bitcoin, paying out in Bitcoin. There's not been any issue of it going anywhere anytime soon. And this company has been coming up with crazy innovations to be streamlining a whole lot of revenues to its members and all that. Yeah, so all that you need from us is if it is very legit. Yes, I can assure you that BitCloud is a very legit business. You need to do some serious studies. Whomever is trying to introduce you to this business opportunity, try to get in touch with the person. And this is a very good opportunity you never want to miss. And it can change your entire generation's life, actually. It's not just even about mining Bitcoin. They have with them a very crazy compensation plan. And I tell you, people are making crazy incomes just building this business full time, and you can also do the same. I want to assure you that BitCloud is not going anywhere. It's here to stay. As long as Bitcoin is operational, nobody can take BitCloud away from you. It's a business you can trust, and it's a business you can do for a lifetime. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, please. You have other questions?
Okay. I think. Are you in Kumasi or you in Accra?
Me currently, I'm in Kumasi.
You are in Kumasi, right?
Yes, please.
So is it possible for us to meet you? Like if we want to meet you, would that be
possible? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with trying to meet me. So you don't worry. After the webinar, you get in touch with me and we'll talk about that. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
I would like to meet you in person.
Yeah, sure. That's not a problem. See, we promised never to spend more than 40 minutes on our webinar, and this has been a very interactive one. We've spent over 30 minutes. So let me say I have like 10 more minutes to do something. So Edward Ajuman, are you there? You are just listening. And if you have a question, you also open up and then you ask your question. Everybody present must do something. So like we got like 10 minutes. So if there's anything anybody want to add or something, and I'm all ears. Anybody has anything? Nobody? See, I wanna add something. Okay, Alasan, yes. Yeah. You're open. Ask your question. Actually, we can't hear you. Can you check your audio?
You made mention of Trump being president and then Bitcoin price getting high. I don't understand why should someone's presidency should rise the price of Bitcoin.
Yes, actually, it was speculated that Trump is also having his own cryptocurrencies. He invests in Bitcoin and he's a believer in Bitcoin. Actually, imagine the US president is actually the most powerful man on earth. So if he's investing in a technology and now he's at the seat where he's actually the most powerful man on earth, definitely if he's going to say anything about it positively, will increase its demand. And it was speculated that actually his installation will give Bitcoin a very positive momentum. But nevertheless, we saw what happened vice versa in China. Actually, China and whatever, I don't know these people, but they are so much deep into everything. 70% of Bitcoin mining operation happens actually in China. And over 90% trading also happens in China. So there was this speculation that the Chinese government is trying to, he actually attacked Chinese biggest exchanges, about four of them, BTCC, okay, something, they are all there. So people got scared that if you imagine the country was actually doing crazy transactions, but actually the government wasn't making anything in whatever transaction that happens in the business world. Imagine in Bitcoin, somebody can do a 10 million, 100 million transaction a day, and there's nothing the government can make out of that. And that is also very bad to a country growing depending on all these sort of revenues and taxes. And that is why now we've seen Chinese being limited to the trading they can do a day, and also the small charges they charge so that the government can also make something out of it. And that is actually what affected the growth. And we saw that it's not because of its decentralization. Now we understand Bitcoin doesn't really depend on one individual. It depends on a whole lot of communities. And we saw what happened in China. But nevertheless, Trump as a president still has an effect on Bitcoin because they are trying to, even his financial advisors are all Bitcoin investors. And we believe that sooner or later, something positive will come out of the US as a country with regards to Bitcoin and even his own coin, Trump coin. As at when his installation began, prior to that, we saw his coin interestingly growing, and now we've seen it crashing all that. So yeah, there are a whole lot of factors when you want to really talk about cryptocurrencies and its price. Initially, you were saying something about will Bitcoin affect the monetary system. This is a document I have here. I want to read it very fast so that you also get it. It says that the Federal Reserve conducts monetary policy to affect the flow of money and credit to the economy to achieve stable prices, maximum employment, and financial market stability. A Bitcoin's current scale of use is likely too small to significantly affect the Fed's ability to conduct monetary policy and achieve those goals. However, if the scale of use were to grow substantially larger, there could be reason for some serious concern. You understand? So actually, it depends on the network, the people that are using Bitcoin itself. And that is why all of us at eBitcoinics are saying that we must make sure Bitcoin reaches every household in Africa. Because the more people are using Bitcoin, the more easier it is for Bitcoin to be more stable and the more benefit all of us as Bitcoin holders enjoy. You understand? So we just need to keep the going, and then we never stop what we're doing. Whomever you meet, just talk to the person about Bitcoin. You never know how it can change somebody's life. There are a lot of people that they have the money actually. They want to have total control over their own money. They need ways, and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is the answer. You becoming your own bank, having total control of your own money, and just be your own back in short and stuff. Everybody wants financial freedom, and financial freedom actually means that you having total control over what you have, and that is what Bitcoin actually stands for. So it's been a very wonderful webinar, and we've seen a lot of interaction from all angles. Kabor from Brazil, Ruth all the way from Kenya, Edward, I believe you are in Ghana here, and then Ben also, you are in Ghana. I think others also joined, but missed it, maybe probably connections and all that. But right after this call, we would have it uploaded on our website, and also our various channels on social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So it's been a very good day, and good evening, actually. It's evening today, and we've done a very serious stuff regards to Bitcoin, and it's an achievement for us to be able to also do this and voicing out to getting Bitcoin reaching everybody anywhere, regardless of their business they do, regardless of what they believe in and all that. We just are interested in having Bitcoin reaching everyone, just to be aware, to get to know of what Bitcoin really is. And this is big. Yes, we know how far this is going to take us, but it's a huge project we're trying to take out for ourselves. So you can follow us on Facebook, eBitcoinics. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Twitter, on YouTube, eBitcoinics, everywhere. Just search for eBitcoinics. And as usual, subscribe to our newsletter on our website, eBitcoinics.com, for more Bitcoin updates and serious lectures and all that. So it's been a great evening, a wonderful Sunday as usual. See you next week, same time. Updates will, as usual, be communicated to everyone wherever you are. And then we want to say thank you for making this a success for us. And then thanks. So see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
Thank you.